Ending a year-long tussle between the central government and the protesting farmers across the country, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi today announced the decision of the central government to repeal all the three contentious farm laws in the upcoming winter session of the parliament. But apart from the struggle on the streets, the three farm laws were challenged on several grounds before the Supreme Court of India. Though the question on the constitutional validity of the three farm laws continued to be pending before the top court, the then Chief Justice of India, S.A. Bobde-led bench had stayed the implementation of the three farm laws on January 12, 2021. Though the top court had formed a four-member committee to iron out the differences regarding the farm laws between the protesting farmers and the central government, the farm leaders had made it clear that the protests and the road blockade would not end unless and until the farm laws are repealed. Thus, the farmers' protests at Tikri, Singhu and the Ghaziabad border continued unabated. Well, soon after the farm laws were stayed by the top court in February 2021, chaos engulfed the national capital after protesting farmers went into the Red Fort, New Delhi, to stage protest against the three farm laws, which was called the tractor rally violence. Well, soon after this came the brutal lynching of the Dalit man at the farmers' protest area, which led to the filing of the petition before the Supreme Court seeking urgent hearing of the applications for the removal of the farm law protesters. Along with this also came a petition before the top court by the Kisan Mahapanchayat seeking permission to stage Satyagraha at the iconic Jantar Mantar. While hearing this petition, Justice A.M. Khanwilkar-led bench of the Supreme Court had observed that the farmers were choking and strangulating the city by blocking the highways. The Supreme Court had also questioned that what was the reason of continuing the protests at the border areas even when the farm law subject was sub judice before the Supreme Court. Another petition which continued to be heard in the top court regarding this issue was by a Noida resident who sought clearance of the farm law protesting site since she contended her travel time to work in Delhi was increasing by leaps and bounds. To this, a Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul-led bench had stated that the farmers cannot occupy the roads and highways indefinitely, though they have a right to protest. Just when this case was progressing before the top court and several farmer unions were being made a party in this case, came the Lakhimpur Kheri violence, in which a car driven by a politician's son mowed down protesting farmers at Lakhimpur Kheri area. Well, this case too reached the Supreme Court, after which the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana-led bench has now ordered former Punjab and Haryana High Court Judge Justice Rakesh Kumar Jain to supervise the entire probe, which will also have the special investigating officers chosen by the top court itself. At this juncture comes the big decision of Prime Minister Modi to repeal all the three farm laws. Now the picture is, if the three farm laws are indeed repealed in the upcoming winter session of the parliament, the petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the three farm laws would be infructuous. Following this, if the protesting farmers leave the sites at Tikri Singhu and Ghaziabad border areas, then the plea by the Noida resident would also be infructuous, leaving only the Lakhimpur Kheri probe plea, which is pending before the top court, to be heard when the charge sheet is filed in the case. However, one cannot miss the fact that there were about 600 plus deaths across the country in this particular farm laws agitation. Had this decision to repeal the farm laws come earlier, then would these deaths have been avoided? This question perhaps remains to be answered.